You know I'm happy?
Why?
No, hold on. Let me tell you why I'm happy. Because I have so much Arsenal friends. And they were talking so much shit about us not being in the top four.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I was like, yes!
Yeah, but Spurs,
No,
man. You got the...
listen, we know Spurs is not going to win anything.
Okay,
so we're
yeah,
not
sure.
worried.
Okay, hey, you
But-
know what? I'll shake on that. We can shake that. Man United. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, man. No, I'm joking.
I got Saudi money doing favours. I said, yeah, I'm gone. I'm gone.
When I try to give my opinions, I try to give my opinions that I fully feel.
Not bad, I'd say, to be fair.
See, I agree with Timbsy. We're meant to be mates.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am joined by an absolute legend, fastest man ever on this planet. It's Usain Bolt. Usain, my brother. How are you, man?
Good.
Nice to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you.
It's been 4 years.
We've grown up.
We did it. Oh yeah, both of us in our own way. I know it doesn't look like I've grown up, but I have grown up. How you been, man?
Been good, can't complain.
Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Not a problem.
I was saying before, it's called Tea with Timbsy.
Yeah.
I've got a tea. I bought myself a little peppermint. You don't have tea anymore.
No, I
So
don't.
back in the day, you did though.
Yeah, when I was younger, my parents drink a lot of tea. But then I moved from the country to the city.
Yeah.
Nobody really drinks tea in the city. So
Okay.
now I drink orange juice and apple juice.
So, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
There's good alternatives there.
Yeah.
So you've gone with water.
Yeah, I gone with water.
Also, he was just training. Obviously, we're here, Socceraid.
Stay
Thank you very
hydrated.
much for bringing us in. So you've got to stay hydrated. How are you finding it? I know you love your football.
Yeah, it's wonderful, man. It's just hanging out with so much stars and footballers, my idols that I grew up watching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just a dream, you know what I mean?
Is that a little bit weird though, right? Because you're obviously, I remember the first time I met you and I'm like, I couldn't believe you were real. Like I was like, this guy, he's like, I've seen him on TV, and you know. But for you, you're obviously a massive celebrity, you're known throughout the world and in history. But do you still get that feeling when you meet like Berbatov and like, you know, those sorts of
Yeah,
players?
definitely.
Really?
Definitely. Yeah, because I grew up watching these guys also, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm a massive Manchester United fan, so the passion that I have to meet these guys that helped me to win a lot of titles and gave me so much joy throughout the years is like a big deal. You know what I mean? I've took like 10 pictures with him already.
So I'm a fanboy.
Yeah.
I love it. But that's the thing, because even with like Arsene Wenger walking behind, I was the same. Arsene Wenger, I'm an Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
He's been the reson for so much joy in my life.
Exactly.
I'm like, I love you.
Yeah.
I would just love to tell him one day, I love you.
Yesterday, got 2 headers and I kind of missed them.
Yeah.
And he pulled me over and he was talking to me and explained to me, and the camera guy was there. And as soon as he finished talking, I was like, I need that. I need that footage.
That's the thing,
You know
he's
what
a
I mean?
legend,
You know what I
man.
mean? He's brought me a lot of, not so much joy, but,
Yeah, no, of course.
but you know what I mean? But he's just a legend, you know, you've seen these guys work and
Yeah.
how they've done so well for their team, and just to get advice from him, because it's
crazy,
just
right?
wonderful. You know?
Amazing. But have you met Alex Ferguson?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
that must
sure.
be...
Yeah, that's
your number
high on
one,
my,
right?
Yeah, that's high on my list, you know what I
I
mean?
love that. And obviously, you love watching football. You love playing football.
Yeah.
How's it been? Because I remember 4 years ago, we played football together. Have you improved since then? Have you
I would want to think so.
maintained?
I would
Yeah?
want to think so. I think I've improved.
You scored a
You know
banger
what I mean?
just then.
Yeah, I scored a banger. Don't worry, listen. Check out my Instagram. It will be on my
Okay.
Instagram.
We'll put it here. We'll
Yeah.
put it here. You can see.
Yeah.
Have you got any trials on the? Because I know you've been training.
No, I
before.
did it for a while, but I think I made a mistake at the start. When I retired from track and field, I was like, you know what, let's go into football. I didn't want to stay in Europe because I understood that the media was going to be all over it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I went to Australia, but the level in Australia wasn't good. You know what I mean? I should have stayed in Europe. So after a year after I tried, I was like, you know what, let's just move on from that. So I kind of just moved on. So I'm doing music now.
Oh really?
I'm producing, yeah.
Wow. Because there was actually a period where you thought, let's try with football.
Yeah, exactly.
And because, as you say, like, okay, you made a mistake.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like you just let that
Yeah,
go.
I think after a year and a half, I was like, you know what, I have so much other things I can do, you know what I mean? So I just kind of just went away from it.
How's music going now?
Yeah, it's okay. I'm still working on getting my name out there, because when you start in music, people don't really take you serious because they know you so much as a track athlete.
Of course,
so now I'm taking my time. I actually made an album, you know what I mean? And it got a little bit of traction now. People are actually watching and looking a little bit. So we're taking our time, putting out songs, you know what I mean? And I think over time, maybe in the next 2 years, people will really start taking us serious when it comes to music.
Does it like annoy you at all when people kind of still see you as that like track star and stuff?
You can't be annoyed, you
No,
know what
of
I mean?
course,
Because that's who I am, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But that's one chapter of my life, and I'm trying to start another chapter of my life. So it's gonna take time for people to actually see me as a producer now. You know what I mean? And I don't mind, you know what I mean? So I'm taking my time, putting in the work. It's just like track and field. You got to put in the work and pay your dues, and it'll be fine.
But is there anything that you miss about when you were like prime kind of like athlete in your career? Is there anything you miss about that life, of the lifestyle? Or?
The competition, just competing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think watching, like even sitting up watching races.
Yeah.
I watched the Olympics at home, and it was, the moment you see it, you get that feeling, you know what I mean? Especially my Jamaicans, men didn't do so well.
Yeah.
It's like, I should have been there, you know what I mean? I get that fire still when I watch.
Yeah. Because I feel like, I remember obviously, you know, watching you for as long as I can remember in my life as well. And I felt like, obviously, I don't know if this is wrong, but I felt like when it was coming to the end of your career, and you kind of, you know, you went out with a bang, did you feel, is that when it was always going to be hard for like Jamaican sprinting to maintain that level though, right? Because you've got, I mean, yourself, so many unbelievable sprinters, but yourself mainly.
Yeah, I think there was a few guys that we kind of had hope. It wouldn't be at the level that I was, but we had hope for a few of the guys who were like, you know what, they could do it. But I think everybody's different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
The difference between good and great is, it might be simple, but it's so big, you know what I mean? And I think these guys were just okay with being good. And when you're okay being good, the moment you make a mistake, you're not good anymore.
Yeah.
You have to always aim and push yourself to be great no matter what. So it's just a mindset sometimes.
And were you always like that driven though? Because I think when you're that good, in my mind, I'd be like, I'm winning this race. And I feel like I would probably lose motivation. But like, do you always feel like you were always motivated, or there was a peak moment where you were that?
I think when I got to, when I finally understood my talent and what I wanted out of track and field, when I got to that moment, I was like, you know what, my motivation kept going.
Yeah.
It was, I always wanted more. I always wanted to be great. I made a big goal, and that was to win 3 Olympics, you know what I mean? After I won the first one, I was like, coach, what is the highest level? And he says, this is me. Carl Lewis has done 2 Olympics. If you do 3 Olympics, you set yourself apart. I was like, that is it. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
So I made that goal. So for the next 8 years, that was what I was working towards.
Just head down.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So my motivation was always there. I understood what I needed to do. You know what I mean? It was after I won the last one that I was like, what am I going to do now? You know what I mean? So yeah.
No, that was amazing though, because I remember, obviously you're such a legendary sprinter. You were the first person that I can remember. My dad is obsessed with track and field as well. And he got it onto me early. He made me sprint. I was slow, but he was like, you got to sprint. And he obviously remembers back in the day, we like Michael Johnson and everyone, and like looking up to him and him. It wasn't even just that you like 3 Olympics. It was the fact that it was 100 and 200 and relay. Yeah. And he always told me, he's like, I wish he did the long jump. Because obviously you could. Did you feel like you could do that?
I actually said it to my coach. Something that I was like, you know what, people said it to me. I was like, yo, you probably could do really good in long jump. You know what I mean? I said to my coach, like, yo, let me do a long jump. And he goes, no. He goes, your knees, you're very tall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And most long jumpers have a problem with their knees. So he said, do not chance it. So I was like, you know what? That makes sense.
And do you feel like, sorry to go on about this, because I just love it so much. And I know, you must get so bored with this stuff. I'm so sorry.
No.
But like, so do you feel like you know how, so Michael Johnson, when he was sprinting, he was very straight. Right, and stiff. But when you run, you were so relaxed and like languid and just like flowed almost, you know? And that worked for you and that works for him. But do you feel like sprinting and stuff still has room to grow in terms of technique and stuff? Because it's been around for so long, right?
I think people find different ways of improving, you know what I mean? Because I think technology and everything comes together so well now that it helps you to develop, because now you can take a video and put it on the computer and you can break it down where you're going wrong and what you need to change. So it's really helping.
Yeah. Sorry about the noise, by the way. If you couldn't hear you saying it's because there's a helicopter. I think it's David Beckham who's probably arriving, right? Okay, so you're saying, but because of So because of like technology, it's still
Yeah,
has
because
to-
technology, I feel like there's going to be a lot more improvement.
Yeah.
Because technology is like that right now.
Yeah,
So,
because I'm obsessed with like the like biomechanics, right?
Yeah.
And I always feel like there's a few people that I follow on Instagram who are really with human movement, and they're obsessed with head over toe
yeah.
move. Do you look into that stuff at all? Like,
Well, my coach, he says you can't be the center of gravity. You should be like 5 degrees further. You know what I mean?
If you're
because
sprinting,
the
yeah.
gravity pulls you forward.
Yeah.
So if you go back, it pulls you back. You know what I mean?
Okay, so it's wherever you're leaning.
So you can't lean too much forward.
Yeah.
So just enough so that gravity helps you a little
Yeah.
bit and pulls you on.
Okay. Sorry, I know that's totally, it's not true, but anyway. You're a Man United fan.
Yeah.
Are you okay to talk about Man? You just said Jesus Christ. What are your thoughts?
It's depressing. That's my thought.
See, now you know how I've felt for so long.
It's rough. I think I've never really said this out loud, but I think it's on the players. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The players really did not show up this season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We have high class players, like the top level players. There's no way we should not be in the top 4.
Really?
The level of how we play. The coach complained, I've seen a lot of tweets gone out, even Fletcher tweets about it, that the players need to get serious and be more onto it. So I think it's just,
you do have
it's
good
rough.
players.
It's hard to watch, man.
But I feel, that's
It's hard.
the thing.
It was
is
hard to
tough.
watch this season.
Did they get times where you like couldn't actually watch at all?
It's a point where like normally I watch every game.
Yeah.
Because when it's the early games on the weekends, like in Jamaica, it's like if it's 12, it's like 6 in the morning. I'll get up and watch the games.
Yeah.
I don't do it anymore.
Really?
When I get up, if I get up and it's game time, I'll watch it. But
Okay.
it got to that point where I was like,
the-
I'm not gonna waste my
The
time.
dedication is
Exactly.
sort of,
I'm not gonna get up and know that the possibility of us losing and looking bad.
You lose against Burnley, it's sad. It's a sad day.
I think Brighton was a bad one. That was
Crystal
the one
Palace as well.
that cut me deep, man.
Really? Same as Arsenal. We lost
Cut
as soon
me
as we lost to
deep.
Brighton as well. That's what I knew.
Yeah.
Top 4 was gone.
Yeah, but you guys were doing so well. At the
were.
end, you were, and I don't know what happened.
No, because we lost. We lost those 3 games.
Yeah.
It was Crystal Palace, Southampton, Brighton.
Yeah, and that was it.
I'm
I'm happy though. You know I'm happy? No, hold on. Let me
Why?
tell you why I'm happy. Because I have so much Arsenal friends. And they were talking so much shit about us not being in the top 4.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I was like, yes!
Yeah, but Spurs,
No.
man. You're the-
Listen, we know Spurs is not going to win anything.
Okay,
so we're
yeah,
not
sure.
worried.
Okay, hey, you
But-
know, I'll shake on that. We can shake that. Man United, yeah, it's fine. But I do think eventually, look, you're too big a club to not bounce back. But I just feel like where City are and Liverpool are at the moment, they're just so far above
ahead.
than everyone else. But also, they have the 2 best coaches. So it's like you need to find the right coach and then get the players in order.
Let's see what happens now. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
this coach that we get,
Yeah, Ten Hag.
he's going to change a lot. I think he's going to use a lot of young players.
Yeah.
I think the egos, I think he's going to get rid of as much egos as he possibly can because I've watched the team Ajax play and these guys, superb, you know what I mean? So I
they're
think he's
serious,
going to really get people who are ready to work, who are going to do exactly what he says.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens.
You love your football, you know.
Yeah.
You're a proper
I love
fan.
football. I watch it.
Did you grow up playing it as well?
Yeah, I played when I was younger. You know what I
Okay.
mean? They banned me. As soon as I got good at track and field, they're like, no football.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can't be.
No football.
I was even looking at this. I was like, I can't believe no one's been injured yet.
Yeah.
Because even then, you've got some big guys, bro.
You get,
Like
you get a lot of knock around, but because
It's
some of
true.
these guys, even Cafu on our team, man. Cafu's playing like
Bro.
He bounced around nowhere a little bit. I was like,
but he's also.
yeah,
Have you seen with his top off?
Yeah, no.
He's like
Still
55.
rip?
Well, bro, he's
I
like
know,
a tank.
honestly. But I'm telling you, because these guys stay in shape, you know what I mean?
And also, they never lose that competitive spirit. I feel like that's the one thing all of you have in common, right? Is all the ex-pros and athletes. Everyone from
Competitive.
Jamie Carragher,
Yeah.
Cafu, Robbie Keane.
Yeah.
They are all serious. They're fun and nice and lovely people.
But when we
As
get on
soon
that
as
field,
it- But it's true though.
It's competitive. Yeah,
And they'll
it's
never
just-
never
it's-
lose that.
Yeah, we don't
And you'll
want-
be the same, I'm guessing,
Yeah.
you know.
I have to install that to my kids, man.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I
true.
mean?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
come
you
on.
got okay. So you
Yeah,
got
like-
kids. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, man.
Are
Thank you very much.
you enjoying it? Tough work, but
It's tough work. It's stressful but fun at
Yeah.
times because when they start talking or they start walking, it's fun. It so when my son started to walk, I was like, yeah, come on. I was so happy. And then he started pulling stuff down. You're like, oh God. Because now he can reach everything. You're like, oh my God. But it's all good though.
Yeah, it's the best sort of stress.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
My
I'm saying.
brother's just had a kid as well. He's,
Yeah.
he's the same. He loves it. Are you eyeing it up? Are you straight away putting a football there, or are you giving them little sprinting spikes? Or
I think my daughter. I've watched my daughter, and I think she's gonna be the sprinter so far.
like
She
moves
walks
well.
on her toes, and I'm like,
She's
this
getting
is
the
good.
calves
Yeah,
early.
yeah. I was like, all right, all right. See what's going on. Let's keep an eye on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like she's gonna be the sprinter so
Okay.
far. Let's see. In a couple of years, how my son's.
Yeah. Also, let them enjoy it for a little
yeah,
bit
yeah,
before
for sure.
you start going.
I'm not gonna. No, I will never pressure them. Anything they want to do is
Of
fine
course.
with me. You know?
Was that like you though? Like your upbringing as well? It was like very. There was no pressure.
No,
there
there was
or
not.
Like...
I knew I was always gonna be in sports though.
Okay.
Because I started with cricket. My dad is still a massive cricket fan.
Okay. Yeah.
And I got into football, and then I got into track. So it was always sports for me.
Yeah.
So I knew I was gonna do some form of sport.
For sure.
Yeah.
And you know what? You did a good enough job, I
Yeah,
feel.
I
You know
think
what
so.
Broken the record, but go down in history fast.
Yeah.
I honestly think that won't get beaten in a long time.
I personally think so.
You do.
It's gonna be a while. I think I haven't seen anybody now that I can say, all right, this guy.
There's some quick people in
It's gonna be-
400s at the moment. There's some, I think, quicker people. Is it 4? Yeah. Oh, you didn't do 4.
No, I didn't do 4. I
think
hated it.
You started at 4 though.
Yeah,
You
I
started.
would have been good, but I hated it. So I just
Just
said, you
because
know
it was too gassy, right?
Too hard, man. Too hard. No matter how slow you run, you're in pain.
What do you think that's the hardest?
No, distance running. I think if you love distance running, it's not hard because I've seen distance running
true.
and they finish and they're like walking
true.
off. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I
Kipchoge,
think
he does a
800,
2 mile.
800 and 400, I think, are the toughest ones.
Really? Because
Yeah.
it is still a sprint almost,
Yeah,
right?
it's almost like a sprint because the pace is like
Or
yeah,
99%,
you keep
right?
going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
Okay, there we
That's
go.
okay.
Usain, thank you so much,
it was
my
a pleasure,
brother.
man.
Thank you so much.
All
Nice
right.
to see you again.
Pleasure.
We'll probably
pleasure.
see you in another 4 years.
Yeah.
You smash the music game, I'm a bit older,
Yeah.
and then
for
we're
sure.
done. And people, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. Leave a like for Usain. Check out his music, by the way,
Yeah.
because my man's smashing the production game
for
now.
sure.
But yeah, hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. Thank you, bro.